Perfect. Hello. Welcome to Midjourney Mondays, Episode 3. Sponsored by Good Juju. Yes, we have these cute denim hats on our website if you're curious. So this is for everyone. I believe that Midjourney can be applied to a huge variety of different use cases, and ultimately this is just to help you learn how to use Midjourney, and just for people who are curious about generative art or have recently started using Midjourney and just want to learn all the different features. We are meeting every week to basically just review the user guide, everything from the really basic features to the latest releases and features in the Pro plan. So I do this as a live stream so that the people who are watching can contribute to the community prompting exercises that are really fun. You'll notice the thumbnails on some of the old videos are images that we generated together as a group, which is just incredible. So please use the chat if you're watching live. If you're not watching live and you're watching the replay, if you can join us live, we'll be doing this the next several Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern. Today's episode 3, so we're talking about upscales, variations, rating images, saving images. I have an entire schedule for the next couple months in terms of what we'll be going over every Monday in a Twitter thread. I also have it in the description within these videos on YouTube. Next week, we'll get into settings, stealth mode, Niji mode, which we've kind of touched on a bit. But yeah, let's talk. Wait, I'm trying to think. Before we get into upscales and variations, what else? Life update. So I was competing in AI Fashion Week. I did not make it into the top 10, which was a huge bummer. But there were some really incredibly talented people competing and some really amazing work. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's voted for me over the couple weeks that the voting was open to the public. And just give an update that my AI Geo Dreams collection will not be made a reality with Revolve, unfortunately. But again, super appreciate the support, and I am not going to stop making crystal-inspired AI fashion. So you should all be able to see my screen as usual. We kind of start by just looking at the user guide from Midjourney. So today, and by the way, if you're here watching live, feel free to jump into the chat, just say hello, let me know you're here. And yeah, we'll start doing community prompts probably within this next few minutes, honestly, so we can look at what upscales are. So upscalers and variations. So you will notice if you've been using, hi Dara, nice to see you, love. I'm really happy to have you. I had a great time generating stuff with you last week, so I'm glad to have you back. Thank you for making the time. Thank you for being here. Okay, so Midjourney, you'll notice if you've been using it that when you type in a prompt, you first get this grid of 4 options that are pretty low resolution. And then from there, you decide whether you want to upscale any of those images, which will make them bigger and add more detail. And you'll notice on Midjourney that under all of the images that you generate, you'll see these 4 buttons, U1, U2, U3, U4. So I think I talked about this in the last video, but 1 is top left, 2 is top right, 3 is bottom left, 4 is bottom right, in terms of what the numbers correlate to the 4 images in the grid. So this is actually really helpful because it tells you what the default dimensions are for each of the versions of Midjourney. Most of them are the same, which is 1024 by 1024. You can change this within your prompting to make it a different size, but if you don't specify a size within your prompt, it will automatically make it the sizes shown within this chart. This is actually my first time seeing this, which is really helpful and awesome. So just a note that this is docs.midjourney.com. Model 5 produces high resolution image grids without needing an additional step to upscale each image. Interesting. I actually did not know that either. So we're learning together. Apparently version 5, which is what I've been using, and I'll start using 5.1 in these as well. The image grids are high resolution already, and the buttons under the image will just separate them from the initial image grid. That's fascinating. Good to know. I mostly use 5. I've been using 5.1 a little bit, but I've mostly been using 5. Okay, upscaler. So this is the regular default upscaler. So this is just an example of kind of what an upscale does. Essentially, you go from this small low-res version to a larger high-res version. Light upscaler. So these are different parameters that you can use within the prompt to change how the upscales behave. I don't use this a ton, but we can definitely experiment with it today. That's kind of the whole purpose of why we're doing this. So let's experiment with detailed and light upscales and beta upscales, and then we'll look at variations. So these are some random, maybe we can just start with what I have in here. But also I love community prompting. So if you want to upscale something together, throw some words into the chat or some phrases that we can put in the prompt, and we can start doing that. If not, I'll just use what I did last night for my good night post. So interesting combination of words. I will often use biracial or black or ethnic, only because I've noticed, and this has been called out, that Midjourney is still being trained on diversity, and oftentimes if you don't specify that you want to see someone who's brown or has darker toned skin, like you will often just get like a white person. So usually, and this is actually interesting, I put biracial, and when I do photography, I'll get people who look very mixed and like light skin, curly hair. But in Niji mode, I actually got a lot of darker skin characters, which is just fascinating. So this is one that I did last night, chill hop scene. If you've ever like listened to chill hop music on YouTube, you're probably familiar with the kind of ambiance music. If not, you can type it into YouTube and watch a chill hop video. It's usually like these animated characters like sitting at their computer, just like, you know, typing away with like some nice music to listen to. And then I wanted to include a dog. I have a dog, and I wanted to include crystals like I usually do. This is the one that I actually ended up using for my goodnight post on Twitter last night, but let's look at some of these other ones. So I'm going to just hop back. Let's just start with using the regular default buttons, and then we'll go into the other ones. So of these 4, let me know if any of these 4 kind of stand out to you in particular based on what we can see. They're kind of small. Let me see if I can, no, I can't really make this bigger, it looks like. From looking at them here, I kind of think 4 is cool. So this is what I was talking about earlier, the upscale, and then we'll get into variations after upscale. That's what the V is, but let's start with upscale. So 4, look, we're on the same page, Dara. So I'm going to upscale 4. So like I said, this is 1, this is 2. Wait, can you see my mouse? 1, top left, 2, top right, 3, bottom left, 4, bottom right. It's upscale 4. Always on the same page. Okay, so there we have it. Pretty cute. Interestingly, like the dog has a crystal on his little forehead. It's a little weird because it's like you can see her body, but then it's like, is this the dog's hind leg and his tail? Like, what's going on over here? But it's pretty cute overall. Got some crystals, nice hair. This is in Niji mode, which we're going to go over more next week, and I'll probably turn that off as we start doing community prompting, but that is an upscale. I typed a prompt. I got 4 low resolution options. I decided that the 4th option was my favorite, and I upscaled it to make it bigger. So let's look at light upscale. So use the uplight parameter to change the behavior to use the light upscaler. So let's use the same prompt and let's add that parameter and see what happens. Up light, dash, dash, up light. Just a reminder, we are still in, oops, what are you doing? What are you doing, Sierra? You need to type imagine. Can't just be typing things in. What are you doing? I like to use, but I'm not biracial. I'm multiracial. My dad is black and my mom is Puerto Rican and Italian. But I like to type biracial because, whatever, we're all biased. We like our art to reflect ourselves sometimes. And typically, when I type that in, I'll see characters that kind of look like me, which is fun. All right, so I added up light, and let's just hop back over here. Adds a moderate amount of details and textures, useful for faces and smooth surfaces when using older Midjourney model versions. So I don't know how much of a difference it's actually going to make in this circumstance, but let's see. It is still loading. We're at 78%. I can already tell these are going to be super cute. Top right looks so adorable. Top left looks really adorable already, and it's not even fully clear. And then let's do it again with, what does this say? Let's see. Detailed upscaler is the default for V2, V3, and V1. So it looks like there actually isn't anything extra to do for that one, but then up beta. Let's try that one as well with the same prompt and see. I keep forgetting I have my my keyboard plugged in when I keep reaching over to the computer like a crazy person. Oops. I spelled it wrong. It's beta. Okay, wait, unrecognized. Can you not type it in caps? That's weird. Or maybe it's not compatible with this mode. Let's try again. Oh, no, that works. You can't type it in caps, I guess. Interesting. Okay, so up light. So when I upscale one of these images, let's see what the difference is here. I kind of like top left, but you let me know if you're watching live, if you want to see one of these upscaled, comment and we'll look at it together. Oh, so cute. Look how cute this is. Okay, I mean, I don't know how much this upscale experience differs from this one, to be quite honest. But it is a really cute picture. It's pretty adorable. Okay, and then we had up beta. And then after up beta, I think that is it. Remaster. So we're not really using the older versions. Switching upscalers, type settings. Okay, so we'll do that next. What do we like? What do we like here? Maybe top right. Definitely something weird going on in the front here, but pretty cute. And again, like I feel like these changing the upscaler, I'm not seeing huge differences. I guess it gets very nitty gritty in terms of, and again, like maybe it's because we're using this this Niji mode. So I just type settings in, and it looks like you can also, within settings, change the upscalers instead of adding the parameters. So I'm just going to look in settings and see. And I actually think, like, for example, certain settings are not compatible with the newer version. Like, I'm not even seeing these in here for 5. Row of buttons. Yeah, like we don't have that option. Or am I missing it? Base quality, style. Yeah, that's fascinating. Maybe it's for an older version. Reset. I don't want to reset completely. We're going to turn 5 on and turn Niji off. And let's do some prompting together and get my old prompt from last night out of here. Help me prompt. Give me some words, give me some adjectives, give me a character, give me a location, give me an emotion, give me a color, give me something. And we will perhaps move to variations. Do they have variations in their guide? Remix allows you to edit your prompt during each variation. Do I have? Well, I think I have that for another week. Okay, I don't really see anything in the user guide on variations, so we're just gonna kind of play with it live. So feel free, if you're watching live, to drop some ideas in the chat. It looks like I got something from Dara. I've been in a creative rut, so I used a random word generator. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I actually like that idea. I'm going to open, Word. Let's do that. Let's get 15 words. Cattle. Spring. I like those. Those called out to me. Something about cows in the spring. How about like cows in a field? A field of flowers. And then we'll play around with some upscales and variations. Then we'll move on to, what else did I have for today? I had rating images and saving images. Okay. Go with 2 nouns and 2 adjectives. So let's give, like, we have field of flowers, and then, like, should they be field of, let's say colorful flowers, full of happy. I feel like happy is a weird word for a cow. Sleeping. Let's say sleeping. All right, so we're gonna give that time to marinate, and then we'll upscale it and we'll look at variations of it. And then in the meantime, do they have rating? Here we go. They have it in the Discord interface. Here we go. Nice. All right. Something's happening. If you just joined, we're starting our... I'm starting to sneeze. If you just joined, we're starting our kind of community prompting. We're looking at upscaling and variations. We got this prompt from choosing a few words from a random word generator, which I love that suggestion from Dara. Got some nouns, got some adjectives, and this is actually kind of cool. Look at them. Oh, top left, top right. Let's look at top left. So let's play around. Let's play around now. So like, let's upscale top left because I like it. And then like, I kind of like top right, but they don't look like they're sleeping. So this is where variations come in. And when I think about variations, I think about like okay, I kind of like this, but it's not quite there. Something about this isn't quite right. And then I will do a variation. So I feel like this top right, it's like, I don't know. Well, let's do an upscale and see it bigger, but I don't know. He doesn't look like he's sleeping to me. Okay, let's see what we have now. Oh, kind of creepy in the front. Like it doesn't look like a cow. It kind of looks like a pig. Hello, everyone. Hello. I think that's my dad that just joined. Hey, Dad. This is kind of weird. Let's make some variations and this is what's okay, so this is what's really cool about a variation. So like I like it, but like something isn't quite right. So it's like what might I want to do in this one? Okay, so like maybe instead of colorful flowers, we specify that like the flowers are purple and the cattle are brown. Like maybe that is what stood out to me in terms of like what was wrong. Not, I don't even want to say wrong because it's very subjective, but what I personally feel needs to be changed about this. Okay, so waiting to start. So now it's going to change this. This is just a reminder of this is where we started. And let's do a variation of this one too. And if you're in the live stream, please feel free to contribute. We're doing community prompting, so I'm gonna remix this prompt. So I'm making a variation of. Let me close it so we can see it again. So I can change things about this. Like I could say that I want it to be nighttime, or that I want all the flowers to be a single color, or all the cows to be a certain color, or maybe it's just one cow. Like maybe I'm kind of feeling like maybe one cow might be the move. So it'd probably be better to say a cow sleeping in a field of lavender. All right, so now we're adjusting this so it's a single cow and that we're specifying the color of the flowers. So let's just go back to this one where we changed the color of the cow and flowers, and let's see. Okay, yeah. Flowers are purple, cows are brown. Let's look at it a smidge closer. Oops. There we go, and there we have it. So we're looking at variations and we're looking at upscaling. So I've upscaled it to make it bigger, and I've remixed the prompt using the variation to make specific changes to it, so that now we're seeing just brown cows and we're seeing just purple flowers. All right, see, this is an example of like one that didn't turn out as good. So like I said a cow, and it's probably because I switched up the prompt too much in the variation. So it's probably a good example that this one didn't turn out good. I do think it's important to be mindful when you're doing a variation that you're just like I changed the entire structure of the prompt, and I probably should have just changed a few words. So that's not a great one. Okay, we've looked at cows and fields. Let's look at rating images. Rating images you love or hate with emojis. If you're in one of the public like Discord server channels, I think you might actually be able to rate others' images as well. And it seems like that's how they decide what's going to be trending. So just a reminder that you can rate your images by reacting to them with an emoji. So you would go add reaction, and then you would choose the emoji from what they've specified. It looks like these are the 4 that you can use. If you rate images in the public channels too, you can, and I talked about this, I think, in the first episode, you can earn a free fast hour if you are in the top 1,000 raters. So just a heads up. Okay, I also want to talk about this like almost refresh button that's on the bottom. It's under the image on the bottom right. It's next to U4 on the right hand side. This basically will just like rerun it. Like it'll take your prompt and it'll do a new set of 4 images. And we haven't explored that too much. So perhaps we'll look at that as well. Oh, let's switch our prompt up. Let's get away from cows and flowers. Previously, I know we have a couple more people in the live stream now. So for the last prompt, I used this random word generator. But if you're watching live, feel free to type in some phrases, words, nouns, adjective, whatever, colors, feelings into the live stream. And we will do the next prompt together to play around with kind of like this rerun or refresh situation. And what else do I have on my list for today? I have saving images, which is pretty straightforward. So yeah, now we're entering like playtime in terms of prompting together, which is my favorite. I love prompting together. So yeah, give me some words. We will put some stuff in here and then I will show you how you can save images, although it's pretty straightforward, kind of the same way you would save anything else. You can, right click, right click and save. Hi, hello. Looks like, okay, so I'm gonna refresh our random word generator if we don't have any suggestions. And maybe I'll do less words this time instead of 15. Okay, so I think this is what you were talking about earlier, Dara, using nouns and verbs. I think I might have misunderstood initially. Okay, so now I've generated 10 nouns: fortune, ladder, map, player, disc, desk, love, youth. If you're in the live stream, let me know if any of these words are calling out to you. Fortune makes me think of a fortune cookie, which could be fun. Ladder could be fun. Let's look at some verbs too. Freeze. Scatter. Or emotions. Oh. Tedious, military, fair, pretty. Fortune cookie is sticking in my head. And freeze. Frozen fortune cookie. Ice with icicles. So now that we're kind of just playing around, I do want to talk about like prompt structure. There's been a lot of conversation lately about like how complex a Midjourney prompt needs to be to like get a nice result. The new versions of Midjourney are really advanced and you get pretty nice results with almost every prompt that you type in. But there's a lot of discussion around like, does the prompt need to be really long or can it just be a few words? I like including a lot of detail in my prompts, but sometimes a simple prompt is nice. So like, I'm just going to leave this. I hope I spelled icicles right. I'm just going to Google it really quick because I feel like I didn't. Of course. Maybe I did. Okay. So we're going to do this one, which I would consider a 5-word prompt to be pretty simple. But then let's also do like a more complex version. So I'm going to say, and I do a lot of like photorealism. So let's say like 4K high quality photograph of frozen fortune cookie with icicles in the snow. And I haven't really been playing with making the outputs different sizes. But again, I think this is sizes or and aspect ratios we will cover in another episode. So these are words that we're just pulling from the random word generator. What do we got? That's looking really weird. It's not quite done yet, but it's looking really weird. Okay, let's see what we got. So this was just a 5-word prompt. Yeah, like I don't know what is going on this top left. I have no idea. Bottom left is okay. These other one, like what is this? What's going on top right? Let's make bottom. Let's upscale bottom left, and let's see if the prompt with more detail comes out better. I mean, I guess it kind of looks like a fortune cookie. Yeah, these are not looking like fortune cookies to me. It's definitely looking like a piece of like fried dough of some kind that is frozen and in the snow. So just a comparison in terms of like try realistic in terms of using a different amount of detail in a prompt. So let's say realistic fortune cookie. Let's just say fortune cookie. Maybe Midjourney just doesn't quite understand what a fortune cookie is yet. Let's go back to our random word generator and get a few more, since we're not feeling very creative today, huh? Our bunch isn't feeling too creative. I feel it. I'm a bit tapped out myself. This is a fun way to just kind of, as Dara put it, get out of a rut. Salad. Flight. I like salad. Maybe I'm just hungry. Let's say like I would love salad ingredients tossed into the air. And if you're in the live stream, please, you are so welcome to participate. See what happens here. Wow, these fortune cookies are so weird. Okay, well, it's not me, it's you, Midjourney. You don't really know what a fortune cookie is yet. So this is just an example of how, models are still being trained. Fortune cookie is not quite there yet, but good to know. I'm sure if I kept playing around with it and got more specific, I could get the shape I wanted, but we're going to move on to our salad ingredients, which was salad came from our random word generator. And, oh, oops, I didn't mean to zoom in like that. And I saw the word flight on there too, so that's what made me think about like the ingredients being tossed into the air. I also really love when people use Midjourney to make food photos. I just think it's so fun. Look at these. How cool. Okay, so bottom right, the salad is in a bowl, which is like top left is killing me. Top left, where it's just like a pile of salad, like on a table, like with like smoke coming off of it or something. I don't know what is going on. But like these two on the bottom are like, okay, there's bowls. This one, there's a bowl, but it's kind of a weird shape and like it's too much salad and not enough bowl. So I feel like bottom left or bottom right are probably our best. Um, let's look at variations of bottom right. What if I say, instead of air, what if I say sky in the variation of bottom right? And then salad explosion. Let's literally just type salad explosion and see what we get. Okay, and let's do a variation of bottom right. And let's say bowl is sitting on a countertop. Okay. Let me know if you have any issues seeing the live stream. I just got a little weird error message saying that you might have some buffering issues. It looks like, let me get off my Wi-Fi on my phone. I might just be maxing out my my Wi-Fi's bandwidth. Yeah, let me know if any issues with the live stream. I'm also gonna plug in my computer charger. Okay, let's go back. So what did we do? We did some variations on these bottom two. Salad explosion is still rendering. Kind of still kind of weird. I said tossed into the sky. I'm not sure if that quite made a difference. And this one I specified countertop, and again, not sure if it made a difference. Let's make one of these bigger just so we can see what's happening. Oh no. Sorry, could not complete the job. Yeah, it looks a little blurry on my end. Oh no. What about now? Let me see. Trying to see if there's anything I can do to make this stream better quality. Oh, perfect. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, got it. Oh, wait. Did I? What the heck? It said it was okay. Turning down video settings will help. Okay. I'm going to take off my little video on the bottom right because I think that might help with the stream quality. Hopefully it does. All right, I am gonna go back to our salad over here and hopefully y'all can still see and hear me. I think I'm just having internet connection issues and it's not YouTube or anything. Try running it again and type in avant-garde surrealist style. Okay. Sorry about all the clicking of my mouse. Hopefully, I mean, I'm seeing the live stream. I'm seeing comments coming in, so I'm really hoping that y'all can still see my screen. I turned off my little camera in the bottom right for a moment in hopes of that like helping. But if it's not, let me know. Okay. So, Dara, I'm gonna add the words you suggested. Salad, so, oops, that's not what I wanted. Salad explosion or clicking is ASMR. I feel like some people find it a bit annoying. I take it that you can still hear me and see my screen, so that's perfect, despite the fact that I'm having some issues. All right, Dara. Avant-garde, surrealist style salad ingredients tossed into the air. That is such a strange combination of words. See how I mean, this is a pretty good looking salad. I don't hate it. Change the bit rate on your next live. Yeah, you know what? I wonder, actually, I might be able to change it now. Bit rate. Oh God, I don't want to screw everything up. Maybe not. Hopefully it's working. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what it is. My internet's been a little funky lately. All right, and yeah, it's definitely my internet because my prompts are taking forever as well to generate. So, all right, Dara, we added we added those words, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to see what difference it might have made. Let's. I mean, geez, that top right is really ridiculous. Let's look at them a bit larger. I'm totally eating ice cream now. This one looks like the ingredients are like really moving, like they're like blurry, like they're like being tossed in real time. And this one, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's smoke or like what this white stuff is. That aside, it looks pretty good. You mentioned ice cream. Let's do an ice cream prompt. We're gonna do melting ice cream cone. Let's make this more specific though. What kind of ice cream are you eating, Dara? I'm gonna say a couch. Wouldn't it suck if it spilled on the couch? I'm gonna say mint chocolate chip. These are so weird. These are so weird, y'all. Like, look at this bottom left. Like, what the heck is happening? I kind of like it. Top right is probably the best. I mean, obviously, like, top left, and bottom right are just not realistic. Like, I couldn't see an ice cream standing up like that. like the cone, but top right, because it's laying on its side, it kind of looks realistic. Double fudge brownie, so it's basically chocolate. Melting chocolate ice cream cone on a white couch. My favorite flavor. Look at this. This is pretty good. I mean, I wish like the top part of the ice cream on this was more melty. But I mean, it's clearly melted ice cream on a sidewalk, so. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, y'all, why does top left look like that? Like why does top left have a phallic look to it? Y'all can see my screen and everything, okay? It's clear. Please, what is going on with this top left? Okay, so yeah, lots of weird things happening. I guess this bottom left is maybe closest. But yeah, these are all kind of weird and not quite not quite what we're going for. Let's just look at top left up close just for giggles, just for shits and giggles. Yeah, another weird situation. Like, I guess I'm not being specific. Midjourney doesn't quite understand that the cone part of the ice cream is not what would be melting. So maybe I would have to say upside down. And maybe if I say upside down, and like this is just a fun example of how sometimes like you really have to like engineer these prompts. I was just gonna make a dumb joke. I've already made the dumb joke. Ice cream cow. We'll try that one. Actually, oops, I forgot to say melting. Darn. Let's add melting because I feel like that's important. Look at this, y'all. Why does it look like that? Oh my god. I'm going to post this one on Twitter after this because it's just hilarious. Like, we did not type in anything anything sexual. Okay, upside down chocolate ice cream cone melting. All right, so you said ice cream cow instead of cone. All right, so when we do that, so let's just do like a 3-word prompt and do ice cream cow. This is really funny to me. Like, I can't get over this. Oh, that's freaking ridiculous. Okay, so this was upside down chocolate ice cream cone. Oh my god, these are like, again, like, what is this bottom left? What is that? These are so weird. And it's like, oh my god. Okay, wait. Okay, these are all really weird, with the exception of top right is like kind of okay, but it's still really strange. Like, the random coffee cup, and then it's like it's melting, but then it's also there's powder, like it's powdered. Wow, that's really odd. Here's some more. Okay, bottom right. Yeah, these are weird. Bottom right and top left are ice cream cow. We'll come back to ice cream cow. Ice cream cow.